Hey, you everybody, Charlie here. I just wanted to talk real quick and brief about 16.3 for this year's CrossFit Games Open. The workout we all know is 7 minutes, AMRAPs, 10 snatches with a very light barbell, 75 pounds and 55 for the RX, 45 pounds and 35 pounds for the scaled, and then 3 bar muscle ups for RX and 3 jumping chest to bar pull ups for the scaled. So mental note on this for judges, for our athletes, like we have to check the time on the clock at the conclusion of each round. That's going to be the tie break this time around. So make sure you write that down. The clock should be going up every time instead of down. And then just make a mental note, check that clock, write it on the score sheets. Okay, so here's some stuff that we want to work through as far as prepping for this workout. For the warm-up, I think the normal kind of traditional stuff that you will do to get warmed up is going to apply for this one just as much as any other workout. But particularly, I'm going to recommend a couple of rounds of rowing intervals. Start pulling against something at a pretty high clip. Go hard for 3 to 5 rounds, a couple hundred meters, 250 to 500. Nothing more than that. I don't want you cooked. I don't want anybody to be like redlining on this, but you don't want your first time that your heart rate jumps and you get out of breath to be like right in the middle of your workout. That counts. So get out of breath, get a little hot and sweaty. 7 minutes for this workout. I even put over here, 7 minutes isn't long, but it's going to feel long. It should, at least. It should feel like, for most of our athletes, running a mile as fast as you can. So the beginning of it's going to feel a little bit like, oh my gosh, this is kind of easy. But by the last 3 or 4 minutes or so, it's going to be the gut check time. So 3 to 5 rounds of the 3 to 5 sets of the rowing intervals. Stretch out and roll your hamstrings. This is going to be for most of our athletes about your ability to kind of reproduce that snatch over and over again. And the way that we're doing this technique-wise is just going to be a muscle snatch or a power snatch, which is going to come down to the ability of your hamstrings to kind of move the weight up. So stretch and roll there. Stretch and roll your upper back and lats. Get ready for the ones who are doing bar muscle ups. There's going to be a whole lot of tension and pull from your lats on this, and so make sure that you're kind of ready. Muscles are going to be ready for that. And then come down. Get yourself a little bit more calm before the workout starts, because one of the things that we noticed first in the reveal and also in our group last night is the 3, 2, 1 go hits, and it's like a blast out of a cannon for a lot of people. And I want to recommend maybe taking a breath before you start and just kind of control that. The weight's too easy. The weight is very light, it's very easy, and only 10 reps. So control yourself, slow down on purpose for the first round or two so that then you can kind of settle yourself down, get yourself into a normal routine and a pattern there. And then try and hold on to that for the remainder of the workout. Okay, so preparation for this, there's a couple things as far as like equipment and gear that I want to make sure that you guys are doing. For people who are doing prescribed and are going to be swinging a lot on that bar, I'm going to say definitely wear natural grips. We have a lot of them here, so if you need some, come and get them. But definitely wear natural grips or gloves if you're a glove person, but cover your hands up. I don't want to have like blood going everywhere on the bars. This is one of those workouts where there's so much tension on the hands and the skin on the hands that it could easily tear. So if that's going to be you, make sure that you have something on your hands. This says keep the bar close to the other bar. There's no reason to have to walk across the room for this workout. We're going to have the barbell is going to be lying very close to the pull-up bar. And then one thing I noticed on the reveal show last night, if there's a one criticism that I would give to those guys, and it might be because they were required to do this, but they walked under the bar, turned around, and then jumped up for their bar muscle-ups. There's no reason to do that. Jump right up into the bar muscle-ups. Face away from the crowd if you need to, just to save some time that way. And then also, this is an Olympic lift, so we're doing snatches, but I want you to think about it more like a kettlebell swing. So there's no reason to wear Oli shoes for this. Just put on your regular Nanos or Metcons or whatever you want to wear for that. And then if you're doing the scaled, if you need natural grips, go for it. The shoes thing is going to be applying to you, but the big thing for you is going to be keeping the bar close to the other bar. So the transition time for this is going to be the separator for the majority of our athletes here. And so make sure that you don't have to like run over and back across the gym to get to your bar. Okay, so as far as strategy, there's just a couple things that I want to bring up for this one. It comes down to whether or not you have bar muscle ups. If you've got good bar muscle ups, then don't get in a hurry on those snatches. Get through them methodically and under control and without wasting time, but pace them. Do not drop the bar. There's no excuse to drop the bar for this for the majority of our athletes. So go unbroken, but keep yourself under control. And then when you get to those bar muscle ups, don't come off the bar. If you're good at bar muscle ups, be good at bar muscle ups and do all three of them. But if you struggle with bar muscle ups, if it's something that you can do a rep and it's like all you've got to get one and then you have to come down, that's okay too. But come down, step back, and then jump back up onto the bar. You're going to have to sprint-ish through those snatches to give yourself more time to acquire more rounds. So get through the snatches quickly and then catch your breath and get your rest between your reps on the bar muscle ups. But the big emphasis with those is just not to waste your energy. Don't miss a rep on the bar muscle up. Don't jump up there and pull as hard as you can and get 90% of the way, right? I think nobody wants to miss a rep. Nobody tries to miss a rep. Nobody goes into it with the intention of missing a rep. But as far as a strategy goes, it's a big waste of energy. It's a big waste of time if you spend all that effort and don't get anything for it. And then scaled, there's going to be a completely different strategy for you guys if you're doing this scaled. You're going to have to pace the snatches. Everybody with scaled is going to have to pace the snatches. You're going to need to settle into your pace that's going to work for you, and then just crush those jumping chest to bar pull-ups. Get through them fast. And the big idea here is you've got to go quick from thing to thing and really manage that that time in between the two movements. So if you're one who is trying to be competitive within the scaled groups here, you're going to have to go quick. You're going to have to maintain that speed. You're going to have to keep your breath under control, and you're going to have to go through the snatches and the jumping chest to bar pull-ups fast. There's no place to hide here. Okay, I think that's it. We're going to be going through today some technique work on how to manage efficiency with those snatches, with the lightweight snatch, and then we're going to also talk a little bit about getting a bar muscle up. If you're close to a bar muscle up, if you can do consistent sets of chest to bar pull-ups and can knock out some good push-ups and dips, then you should be able to do a bar muscle up. It's just going to come down to technique. So we want to spend some time today getting you an opportunity to learn that, and then we'll maybe even have some time to do that as well tomorrow morning. Beyond that, I think you guys are ready for this. We'll see how it goes. Look forward to seeing what the scores are. Take care.